YouTube, what's up? Here is an update. I know pictures of pictures on a busted screen aren't ideal, but I just wanted to show you a progress update on the layout. So these are the buildings that I made, and this is the sidewalk. Sidewalk it's pretty critical for me. I've been a little bit concerned about it because, from what I've seen in these 1 to 64 scale layouts, or even HO scale, is that the sidewalks can make or break it. And I think these aren't the best I've seen, but they're far from the worst I've seen. So my only concern is that they're made out of balsa wood, so hopefully having cars and trucks run into them doesn't mess them up too bad. It's amazing the difference that the expansion joints make. It really makes a huge difference. So, and all of these seams are just carved. This sidewalk is all one piece, and I've just carved out the expansion joints. And all the time that took was well worth it. Here's a scale reference. So yesterday, before I wrapped up for the day, I got another layer of plastic down, or plaster. And then today when I got home from work, I sanded it all down and got a coat of paint on the street. So progress is cruising along. I need to tape off the sidewalks and paint the street completely to the edge. I'm not going to do a gutter matching the sidewalk because I don't have the expansion joints on the street part, and that would be something I would have to have in order for me to want to do that. But I still think it'll look pretty good. So I got to do that, and then I've got to weather the sidewalk and the street. Then I've got to paint. Actually, I'm going to paint the street lines before I weather it. Here's a progress photo before I painted the sidewalks. This is me putting them down. It's been a lot of fun to build this layout. I still have a long ways to go, though. I have so much to do on it. Some other pictures, sanding, trying to figure out building configuration. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. So that's where I'm at with the layout. Now, 3 minutes in, let's look at some cars because I really want to try to keep this under 15 minutes. So, shout out to Kingsize Customs. I wonder how this video would look in this light. Not great, huh? Anyway, shout out to Kingsize Customs. I made a trade with him. He threw in a couple extras, including this, which is, I don't ever remember seeing this. I thought it was a custom when I first saw it, because I'm like, when did that come out? I don't ever remember seeing this deco on this truck. So that's pretty cool. And he sent me a handful of other extras. I've already got them set aside, though. I do have this one. This is another extra. I love this truck. And look at the center console. That is so on point. This will be cracked open. I used to have this, but I traded it. So to get that one back. The main part of the trade was this. And if you guys watch his channel, he just got this like a week ago. Or maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't think he owned it a week. And he traded it to me. So, very nice of him to do that. Keep your, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure later on this week when he receives my end of the trade that he'll crack it on his channel. So if you guys are interested in what I sent him, then you can do that. But yeah, this Century it's awesome. Quite surprised to see tampoed taillights on a Kyosho. I'm not going to lie. But you do get the lens headlights. Now, at some point in the next couple weeks, I will do a comparison between this and the Tomica Limited Vintage. Because the TLV is quite a bit nicer. That's not to take anything from the Kyosho. It's still a very nice car, and I'm very happy to have it. But the TLV is significantly better. And so, I have all of my Kyosho Toyotas out. So let's take a quick look. We'll start back here with this. Oh, it's too dark. I'm going to move it up. This came last week in my Roke box from Europe. Shout out to Dicastrum. This is the Toyota 86, also known as the Scion FRS, also known as the Subaru BRZ. Awesome looking car. This is the Toyota Sports 800. Probably the least expensive Kyosho Toyota. Also probably the least desirable. But still a really cool little car. And this one is from the Mechanical Doctor set. Mechanical Doctor is Japanese anime, kind of like Initial D. This is also from Mechanical Doctor. There were 3 Toyotas in that set. There was a 2000 GT, the Sports 800, and the Celica. I know all of you Americans are looking at this going, that's not a Celica. In the U.S., this was known as the Celica Supra, or Toyota Supra. Awesome car. Now, because this came out later in the Mechanical Dock set, and because it's not a stock deco, it is less expensive than all the other versions of this car. This thing is awesome. This is one of my favorite Kyosho Toyotas. This is the Toyota AE86 Levin. And then the white one here is the Trueno. You can see the white one has the flip-up headlights. The red one has the fixed headlights. Other than that, they are pretty much the same. I do like the red one better, but I think it's mostly because of the wheels. The black wheels just create a big shadow at the bottom of that car. Another one of my favorites is this Altezza, and sadly, this car is on its way out of my collection. It has found a new home. This is probably the last video that we will see this car. Such a beautiful car. I will get it again at some point, but when I do, I don't think I'm going to get this color. This color looks great and it displays great, but it's horrible for video and photograph. But not looking forward to replacing this one. It's a very expensive car. Probably one of the most expensive of all of these. This was known in the US as the Lexus IS. I don't recall if it was the 250 or the 300, but the Lexus IS series. Sick little car. Gonna miss that one. The MR2, you know, of the 3 different body styles, they picked the worst one. So I'm bummed out about that. I would have preferred the 2nd gen. Maybe someday we'll see a 2nd gen MR2 with premium detail. I don't want to see it by Tomica Premium. I want to see it by Tomica Limited Vintage. This one is quite amazing. This is a Carnell, and it's the Lexus LFA. Basically a supercar, in my opinion. The execution on this thing is very, very good. Prototypical wheels. The red calipers. It's a pearlescent yellow. Transparent lensed headlights. Very accurate side view mirrors. Translucent lens taillights, which look great. The rear quarter angle on this car is perfect. We've got the rear defrost. You don't see that very often from Kyosho. I like it. That only leaves 2 more, the 4x4s. The ever popular Toyota Land Cruiser. And like the MR2, they probably picked the least desirable Land Cruiser to do. I would have so much rather seen either late 80s or early 90s, those 2 body styles. But no, they gave us this, which just looks like a big Highlander. Kind of a bummer. Still a cool casting though. But this is my favorite. Maybe my favorite out of all of them, but certainly my favorite out of the 2 4x4s. Because this thing is on point. It's a nice replica. Anyways, there you go. One last car too. I got it out. It's not a Kyosho, but it's probably a much higher level of detail than a Kyosho. This is a Gulliver 64. It's constructed like a Kyosho. Metal body, plastic base, lens, headlight, and taillight detail, prototypical wheels, rubber tires. Here's a look at the base. And, this type of base bothers a lot of people. I could not care less. I wish every base looked like this if the detail on the car looked like this. Give me a plain base and a proper replica car. Yeah, tons of detail on this car. I don't know what these sell for, but I feel like if you can get one for around 25, that's probably a decent price. I am super happy to have this. It's one of my favorite premium detailed Toyotas. I'm not big on taxis. I'm not big on commercial livery stuff. But in this case, I make an exception. I think this car was actually built to be a taxi. I don't think the civilian Toyota Crowns look like this. They look similar, but I think they're different. This is a Crown Comfort. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. But check out these wheels. Just incredible. So, anyways, that's it. Kyosho Toyota. By the way, if you're interested in any of these, the longer you wait to buy them, the more expensive they will be. They continue to increase in value as they become more and more scarce. As more of them leave the market and end up in collections, the harder they get to find, the more the price increases. These aren't like the Ferraris where they're putting them out all the time and they're all over eBay. These are fairly hard to find. You can find them, but they command a premium. So, anyways, thanks for watching. You guys have a great Tuesday, and I will holler at you all at the next video.